Hey, what's going on? I'm Matt O'Leary back with another video, and today we're going to be talking about Jabari Zuniga and the New York Jets' high expectations for him. But before we get started, I just wanted to mention that you can follow me on social media at Matt O'Leary NY on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, all that fun stuff. Also, if you haven't already, please make sure to subscribe to the podcast. New episodes drop every Monday. You can call in, leave me your questions. I'll try to get to them on the show. Now, what I wanted to do today was talk about Jabari Zuniga because Greg Williams came out and compared him to two really premier pass rushers. And obviously, it looks like the New York Jets are really high on this guy. I wasn't 100% all in on the pick. I think it was a fine pick. Were there other players on the board that I might have rathered over him? Yes, but this was a prospect that I was looking at in the third round. So again, I'm like lukewarm to pretty sold on the pick. I'm not like 100% gung-ho. I don't hate the pick. I'm probably somewhere in the middle, leaning a little bit more towards happy with the pick. So the two guys that the New York Jets defensive coordinator Greg Williams compared Jabari Zuniga to is Brandon Graham and Justin Tuck. Now, Brandon Graham has 2 seasons in which he had over 8 sacks. He's someone who could play either on the outside as a defensive end or on the inside. And the same with Justin Tuck, who can slide into defensive tackle, can play as a 3-4 defensive end. Tuck obviously is the better of the two. He's a really solid player. He had double-digit sacks 4 times in his career, was 2-time Super Bowl champion with the Giants. And if you can get that kind of production out of Jabari Zuniga, that's a home run in the third round. Now, I've seen a lot of people saying that Jabari maybe isn't going to be a really good pass rusher at this level, and I'm not necessarily sold on that just yet. Now, I'm not saying he's someone who's going to be, pushing for double-digit sacks every year, but when he was at Florida, he was relatively productive in terms of getting sacks. In 2018, he had 11, and this past year, he only played in 6 games, but he had 5.5 sacks. So yes, maybe he's not your prototypical speed guy off the edge, but I think he's versatile enough to do both. Be like your prototypical defensive end and then also be able to come off the edge. Maybe he's kind of like a Calvin Pace type of player or a Brian Thomas kind of player, which I would be satisfied with. I think you could live with that for sure. Granted, Jordan Jenkins kind of fills that role right now, but maybe the Jets look to move on from Jordan Jenkins, who's on just a 1-year deal. And in year 1, Zuniga is someone who just comes in, in situational packages. He's not someone who's on the field a ton. And I'm just excited to see what this guy has. And if Greg Williams, who is someone I respect a lot, if he has, seen that where it's a legitimate comparison to say he reminds me of those two guys, then okay, I'm ready to buy in because, you look at his resume, you go across the board, Greg Williams has a proven track history, not only with the Jets, but in years gone by, of having a good eye for talent and working with that talent and turning a bunch of nobodies into pretty good players. And I'm not saying that Zuniga's a nobody, but when you're a mid-round pick, you're not expected to have that kind of production right from Jump Street. Now, for me, in year 1, I think he's someone who maybe, best case scenario, gets you I'm going to say 4 sacks. Maybe if he plays a decent amount. I'm going to say maybe he'll give you 4 sacks, and then from there maybe he takes that step and is someone who's going to give you 6 to maybe in a good year 8. And I think you can live with that from a third round pick. If he's giving you okay productive numbers for a starter, that's fine. I think you can live with it. I don't think the Jets drafted him to be their premier pass rusher. I think they were just looking to add another body in here, someone who could do a little bit of everything, and he's a versatile piece, and I'm excited to see what Greg Williams is going to do with him. So let me know in the comments down below what you think about Jabari Zuniga, and let me know. Thank you so much for tuning in today. Once again, I'm Matt O'Leary, and I'll talk to you next time. This week on What If Adam Gase Wasn't the Coach? Are you kidding me? What was that? What was that? How do you go down? I thought X was slide.